Hey there, Libra. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net, doing a monthly reading for September 2017. Sorry, this is a little late. I'm using the Linestrider tarot this month. Ooh, coming out with some big guns. The High Priestess, the Star, the Two of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, the Four of Swords right in the middle, Wheel of Fortune, the Fool, getting some of my favorite cards. Oops. King of Pentacles. Oh, we got a bonus card here. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck for September for Libra is the Hierophant. And for me, this card traditionally in the tarot is a card about tradition. It's about organized religion, government, big government agencies, about pillars and rules and structure and things like that. But it's often is a spiritual or religious leader. So I sort of have my own meaning for this card, and for me, this card is more of where you get spiritual inspiration or where you learn your spiritual lessons. And sure, that can be from your religion, from spiritual leaders out there, and traditional sources like that, but it really can come, spiritual insight can come from anywhere at any time. But we have to just be open to it, open to and we have the High Priestess here, so open to, like, where I always use this example. You could be standing in the line at the grocery store and this little kid behind you could just make some random comment, and it can just hit you like, wow, that was damn profound, Sorry. So don't waste those moments. Think about it. Get that it's a sign, inspiration coming from wherever you believe things come from. So you could be getting, really pay attention to, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble talking today. I don't know what my problem is. Really pay attention to your gut this month, that inner feeling, that inspiration, and allow it to come to the surface and really examine it. Lots of times we push things back down. We blow things off, like, oh no, we can't do that. No one will like it. No one will think about it. One thing I found, because I'm the type of person that loves to like talk about things and bounce ideas off things, and you get the people that are like, oh, they don't get it, or they don't think it's a good idea. And then it can really take the wind out of my sails when, if I was going to start like a huge business with multi-million dollar, with putting a lot of money on the line, yeah, you want to be smart. You want to have focus groups. You want that type of feedback. But if it's something more creative and personal, don't let anyone take the wind out of your sails. Be careful who you share things with and when you share it with, because it doesn't necessarily have to be. I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but this is what's coming. Things can just be for you. Like, maybe you want to paint, but you think, like me, I can't draw. If I try to draw a straight line, it's curvy, and vice versa. But there's no reason I couldn't draw for myself. I don't need anyone else's feedback. I don't need anyone else's opinion if it's something that brings me joy. So you have to kind of figure out, okay, this thing I'm interested in or that I want to do, why am I doing it? What's the goal? Is it for, I keep seeing, I just saw 444. Is it for, like, that post I put on Instagram? Did I just want to share that, or am I really concerned about how many likes I get and who likes it? You know what? I was listening to Liz Gilbert has a podcast called Magic Lessons, Big Magic, Magic Lessons, something like that. And I was really inspired by the last one of her second season. Oh God, I can't remember. Gwendolyn Doyle, I can't remember her name. But she said, she's a writer, and she said something like, once I put my product out into the world, it's not my job to then babysit and make sure everyone interprets it the right way or gets it or whatever. Like, I know what my intention was creating it, and I can't control what other people think and what how they're going to interpret it once it goes out there. And that really was something that was struck me because, putting these videos out on YouTube, not everyone, I get some, I really need to write them down because I think it'd be hilarious to do like Jimmy Kimmel does those mean tweets, do like mean, mean comments I've gotten on YouTube, because that's the way you have to look at it. It's like, you know what? Sometimes they could have a valid point. They could just be in a bad mood. But it's not. It's they don't have to watch my channel, and my appreciative people do. So it's like, why do I do this channel? Am I doing it because I want positive feedback, or is it my creativity and something I love to do? And it really is my creativity and something I love to do. And once I made that decision in my mind that that's what it was, I was really able to let go of negative comments and whether my channel's growing or not. I mean, I want to do things you guys like, so I do look at that, but it doesn't bum me out. It's like, I'm going to do this as long as I feel like doing it, and if it's not doing it for me anymore, I won't do it anymore. You know what I mean? So that whatever that message needed to come through. So there we have the Four of Swords and the Star. When I see these two come out, these cards come out together, this is healing. Healing needs to take place. So be good to yourself. Be kind to yourself. I was talking to someone about. So I was doing a reading for a friend about self care, and she goes, "Oh, I'm really bad about self care." And it was just, and I giggled and I said, don't get down on yourself about not being good about self care. Just think in a positive way. What could I do this week? What as a treat to myself, even if it's just taking a hot bath and lighting some candles and whatever, just giving myself some time. Be kind. Be careful of your being too critical and negative about things like, oh, I really should exercise. Like, maybe, go for a 5-minute walk, 5 minutes. Just count your wins, count your blessings, count, count your wins. That's what I'm saying. That's the best way to think of it. The Four of Swords is about meditation. It's about taking a rest. And this is about healing. I mean, some of you could have hurt yourself and be recuperating, had like some surgery or something. But this is really about healing, allowing yourself the time. Healing is a process. It's not something that happens instantly. And it's not something that, especially psychological, emotional, the human experience. Sure, if you cut your finger and it heals, yeah, it's healed. It's done, right? It's done. It's over. That's not the way it is with healing from some challenging experience. And it can even carry on for years and years and years and creep up when we least expect it. And so we have to be patient and gentle with ourselves and allow ourselves the time we need to heal. One way I think you guys are going to heal is by creativity this month. So if you're able to make some time to think about what type of creative outlet you can, because not everyone has found that. And so have a very free I'm reading this Queen of Wands, have a very loose interpretation of what creativity is, because you can be creative in anything. So it doesn't have to be painting or drawing. It can be um, with your words, how you help other people, because we do have the 6 of Pentacles. So this is taking and giving. You may want to volunteer. You can be creative and volunteer at a local charity, something like that. So keep it in a very broad sense, but she's passionate, whatever, something you're passionate about that motivates you, that inspires you, inspiration, creativity, they're all kind of wrapped up in one thing. So make time for that. I see maybe some of you are really going to do um, somehow try to help with people in Houston or something like that, and spearhead some sort of effort, or figure, okay, I'm not in Houston, so I could donate some things or whatever, but maybe I can, in the spirit of honoring Houston, do something locally to help, because there are always people in need everywhere. And that can be extremely a good tool for healing, is to help other people. But some of you are going to really start a new journey. All of this healing is going to spark a new passion, that I think is something that will stay with you for a really long time. Like the things that we're doing this month will either, we're starting things that may not pay off for a long time, but I really feel like it's going to have longevity. This King of Pentacles, he's the opposite of instant gratification. It's something that he knows how, he's patient, and he knows that things are a process. That's the second time that's come up. And he's willing to do the work and understands it's going to take time, and he won't get impatient. So he's willing to take that first step, to take that leap of faith, like the Fool does. The Fool card is not a fool. He realizes that if he's really to truly have a life experience and live on this earth, he needs to take chances. He needs to take the first step. If you don't take the first step, you're never going to get to the finish line, no matter how long it is. And so with the energy of the King of Pentacles next to the Fool, it's like, it might be a long journey. Maybe some of you want to go back to school, or start a new career that you need to do training, or maybe you need to start kind of at the bottom again of your career. But it's like, yeah, but if I have to do it, or else I'm never going to get to the end. And it's like, time's going to pass, so you might as well be taking a class or something, because before you know it, 3 years will have passed, and either 3 years will have passed and you will have nothing, or 3 years will have passed and you'll have a degree. Take some classes, take some training, start. That's the message. It's time to start. Start your healing process, start your recovery, but it's time to start. And something's going to inspire you to do that this month. The moon could be timing. It could happen around, we have a full moon, I think, on the 6th of September. But it's kind of like you really get to decide what kind of life you're going to lead. It's really as difficult and as simple as that. Like, who are you? What type of life do you lead? I always say, does your Instagram, I love Instagram, feed match your life? Like, if you subscribe, like I'll pick on myself. I subscribe to all this yoga stuff because I used to be into yoga and I love it. I haven't done, I do like no yoga, really. Let's be honest. I do no significant yoga. So I have a choice. Am I just going to live in this dream world that I fancy myself a yoga person? Or am I going to get off my ass and do some yoga? So, she's going to light a fire under your ass and get you going. Oh, look at the kitty. Maybe some of you will get a kitty or adopt some of the animals or help with the animals in Houston. She's a familiar too. Um, oh, have you guys? I don't know if you guys are into fantasy. I know I'm all over the place. Into fantasy type literature, but there's a really, really fun series called by Kim Harrison called the Hollows series. I think they're all the book titles are like a twist on like a Dirty Harry title or something. Like the first one is Dead Witch Walking. They're so fun. They're about a witch, a vampire, and a pixie, a little 4-inch foul mouth pixie who live in a church. It's fantastic. Anyway, they have familiars in it. Way off on topic. Getting getting your spark back for life, healing, and then getting your mojo back this month. And things that will help with that is, finding your true passion, healing old wounds, and starting off on a new journey, something new, something fresh, taking a leap of faith, and not just going through the motions, but really making a conscious decision to live. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching, Libra. I hope you have a great month of September. Take care.